Darkoth, deceased. Real name, Desmond Pitt. Occupation, former major in the United States Air Force, former test pilot, former operative of Dr. Doom. Identity, secret. Legal status, American citizen with no criminal record. Although accused of being a spy, Pitt disappeared before any charges could be brought against him. Former aliases, the Death Demon. Place of birth, St. Louis, Missouri. Place of death, Houston, Texas vicinity. Known relatives, son, name unrevealed. Group affiliation, none. First appearance, Fantastic Four number 142. Final appearance, corporeal form, Fantastic Four number 194. Spiritual form, Thor number 322. History. Desmond Pitt was a major in the United States Air Force, where he met and became friends with test pilot Ben Grimm, who would later become The Thing, a member of the Fantastic Four. During a brief return to civilian life, Pitt married and had a son. His relationship with Grimm remained close through this period. Eventually, Pitt rejoined the Air Force and was assigned to the Kennedy Space Center in Houston, Texas. There, he was placed on the staff of a research project designed to develop a solar shuttle, a variant on the space shuttle that would transmit solar energy from Earth orbit to waiting solar panels on the planet's surface. While Pitt was involved in the early stages of the solar project, his wife was diagnosed as suffering from a terminal illness. The prognosis gave her only a few months to live. Under great emotional stress, Pitt also discovered that the Solar Shuttle project had been infiltrated by agents of Victor von Doom, absolute monarch of the tiny Balkan state of Latveria. See Dr. Doom. In an effort to learn the extent of the infiltration and its purpose, Pitt decided to present himself as a willing collaborator. Fearful that the spy network may well have extended into other areas of NASA, Pitt told no one of his plans, not even his superiors. Attempting to gather as much information as possible, Pitt became the confidant of the ring's leaders. They were so impressed by Pitt that they brought the major to the attention of Dr. Doom himself. To all appearances, Desmond Pitt was a loyal spy. He soon learned that Doom's men meant to utilize the awesome powers of the solar shuttle to energize solar panels in Latveria. Before Pitt could expose the plan to United States government officials, his wife died. Grief-stricken, Pitt became careless with his ruse, and Doom discovered that he was a double agent. Doom's operatives, still highly trusted in the space program, denounced Pitt as a traitor. Before he could be arrested, Desmond Pitt disappeared. U.S. officials deduced that he had been killed because of his apparent failure to sell secrets to Latveria. In reality, Pitt had been kidnapped and brought to Latveria. Doom wished to make an example of Pitt to any other individual who would ever consider betraying him. Pitt was forced to undergo months of chemical and cybernetic transmutation. Under Doom's direct supervision, Pitt's body was reformed to resemble a legendary demon that supposedly haunted the mountains of Latveria. Codenamed Darkoth, Pitt was given extraordinary strength, agility, and limited psionic powers. The final process in the creation of Darkoth was exposure to Doom's vibration device, a machine that could erase all traces of a man's past personality and memories. As final humiliation, Doom implanted in Pitt's mind the suggestion that he was in reality a demon who had been rescued from the netherworld by Doom to be his personal warrior. As such, Darkoth became the most loyal servant of the man who had made him a monster. Aware of Pitt's past friendship with Ben Grimm, Doom utilized Darkoth in the capture of the Thing while he was in a neighboring country. After the rest of the Fantastic Four were subsequently captured, Doom's revenge on Darkoth was complete. He had helped in the defeat of his best friend and his partners. In hopes of forever breaking Darkoth's spirit, Doom revealed to the Death Demon the truth about his origin. Doom had miscalculated, however. the realization of the truth did not break Darkoth. Instead, it merely intensified the hatred that the subconscious mind of Desmond Pitt had always carried for Doctor Doom. Darkoth freed the Fantastic Four and helped in defeating Doom's plan of using the vibration device to ensure world conquest. Although Darkoth apparently knew of his real identity at this point, he chose not to reveal himself to the Thing, even though there was ample opportunity. Indeed, he appeared antagonistic of the Thing at times. This may well have been the remaining effects of the vibration device. When Doom attempted to flee in a spacecraft, Darkoth stowed away and attacked Von Doom as he piloted the ship in Earth's orbit. During the ensuing battle, Doom's craft went off course and collided with a satellite. Both Doom and Darkoth were sent hurtling into re-entry. Darkoth survived his fiery return into Earth's atmosphere, and his body crashed into a desolate sector of the Texas desert. But his flaming fall from the sky had not gone unnoticed. Diablo, the master alchemist, rushed to the spot where Darkoth had fallen. There he discovered that the death demon was near death. Taking Darkoth back to his hideout, Diablo used a variant of his own life-prolonging potions to hold off Darkoth's imminent death. Learning that his discovery had been an operative of Doctor Doom, Diablo's longtime enemy, the alchemist decided to use the death demon as a means of revenge against the Latverian monarch. Exposing Darkoth to his will-sapping potions to ensure his loyalty, Diablo chemically augmented Darkoth's powers, giving him both the power of flight and that of intangibility. Diablo learned from Darkoth that the solar shuttle was about to be launched into outer space. Diablo planned to use the solar generators of the shuttle to destroy Doom. Darkoth agreed to the plan, as he too wanted revenge on his creator. But when Darkoth discovered that Ben Grimm was to be a pilot on the doomed shuttle, he rebelled against the alchemist. Fighting off the effects of Diablo's potions, Darkoth sought to warn Grimm of the danger. Warned in time, Grimm was able to destroy the solar generators and prevent Diablo's plan from taking effect. Enraged, Diablo sought to kill the Thing by subjecting him to lethal levels of solar radiation. Witnessing this, Darkoth finally freed himself of Diablo's domination and revealed to his old friend his true identity. He saved the Thing's life by hurtling both Diablo and himself into the exploding solar generators. The Thing managed to escape the Holocaust, but Darkoth was killed. Powers. As a cybernetic organism, further mutated through chemical means, Darkoth possessed a number of superhuman powers. Major portions of his skeleton were replaced with steel alloy. Darkoth survived direct blows from the Thing and was able to battle Grimm in hand-to-hand combat without suffering skeletal damage. Darkoth's outer skin was transformed into a thick purple hide that could withstand the Thing's mightiest blows, as well as the impact of heavy armor artillery fired at close range without laceration. Darkoth's outer hide was also sufficiently durable to survive the friction of re-entry into Earth's atmosphere. Darkoth's musculature was chemically enhanced, providing him superhuman strength and endurance. He could lift, about 50 tons. In place of fingers, Darkoth was equipped with steel talons. These talons were made of an alloy that could rip into the Thing's tough outer armor. Often, Darkoth would carry a type of poison on the tips of these talons that would render his opponents unconscious. Darkoth also possessed a prehensile tail. The tail enabled him to maintain balance while stalking the rooftops and could be used as an offensive weapon. Darkoth used it as a whip and as a means of constricting his opponents. On Darkoth's head were two antennae called fire horns. The fire horns, in some as yet unknown way, fed on the mental energies of Darkoth's opponents within a range of 50 feet. Fully charged, the horns were capable of emitting a powerful heat ray that could melt through several tons of steel in a matter of seconds. They were also capable of sending off rays of heatless concussive force. The impact of this force ray was sufficient to move a 500-pound object back several yards in one attack. The fire horns were also able to enter and disrupt the mind of any opponent, reducing him or her to insanity. This process took several minutes of high concentration to achieve. Because Darkoth rarely used the fire horns to any great extent, it can be assumed that they were weapons of last resort, and that the great amounts of mental energy required to utilize them rendered them too costly to use in normal battle. Diablo gave Darkoth two supernaturally derived abilities when he came under his power. The addition of tiny bat-like wings at his ankles magically gave Darkoth the power of limited flight. Darkoth was also given the power of intangibility, although he could only employ it for limited periods of time.